A sudden supply chain collapse, a geopolitical crisis, or an overnight AI breakthrough shatters standard business operations instantly. For decades, corporate excellence was built on a different premise. Companies modeled themselves after the Industrial Revolution, prioritizing extreme efficiency and absolute predictability above all else. The engine of this industrial model was the hyper-specialized professional. Workers were trained to function as perfectly machined cogs: the isolated software engineer, the siloed marketer, the completely disconnected data scientist. When economic conditions are stable, this precise division of labor is incredibly profitable. You get maximum output with minimal friction. But there is a fatal flaw built into the structure: fragility. When an unmodeled crisis strikes, these rigid corporate silos cannot absorb the shock. Highly specialized experts freeze under sudden volatility because their heavily refined, narrow tools are designed solely to solve yesterday's isolated problems. In a 21st century landscape where baseline normalcy no longer exists, the blind corporate pursuit of pure efficiency has created catastrophic vulnerability. Scholar Nassim Nicholas Taleb identified the solution to this vulnerability, arguing that building systems to simply endure or resist shocks is no longer enough to survive. He introduced the concept of antifragility. This describes a system that actually gains capability, strength, and innovation when exposed to disorder, errors, and volatility. This chart shows the mathematical logic behind the concept. It maps a convex response to stress. Because the curve sweeps upward, exposure to variance and chaos creates disproportionately high benefits compared to any potential harm. Looking at the resulting distribution, we see a heavily skewed asymmetrical upside. In the real world, this is a muscle tearing under heavy weight only to rebuild stronger, or a business aggressively capturing market share the moment a competitor collapses. To stop breaking under pressure, an enterprise must rewrite its structural DNA, evolving from fragile to antifragile. Building this antifragile company requires a specific mechanism, replacing the hyper-specialized cog with a new kind of worker called the polymath professional. These individuals are not shallow dabblers. They are the natural, modern evolution of deep, multidisciplinary thinkers like Michelangelo, who seamlessly fused anatomical science with high art to solve complex visual problems. Today, this takes the form of a pie-shaped employee profile. This is an individual possessing rigorous, deep expertise in at least two distinct disciplines, bridged together by a broad capacity for integrative thinking. The operational advantage during a crisis is massive. While siloed specialists wait for new instructions, polymaths cross-pollinate ideas across departments, recognizing hidden patterns and market gaps that entrenched experts entirely miss. Polymaths act as both the structural shock absorbers and the primary growth engines of the enterprise. They possess the unique ability to convert sudden chaos into rapid, profitable pivots. The ultimate disruptor to the specialized workforce has already arrived. Artificial intelligence can instantly recall, process, and apply immense volumes of deep, highly specialized data. This technology effectively commoditizes the traditional corporate cog. Competing against AI on pure memorization or narrow technical execution is a guaranteed losing battle for human workers. The irreplaceable human advantage is adaptive synthesis. This is the ability to laterally connect completely unrelated domains, like machine learning, human psychology, and supply chain logistics, to solve entirely novel problems. Imagine a sudden market disruption hitting two competing companies. A rigidly specialized team spends weeks trying to adapt their existing broken models, while a diverse polymathic team immediately reframes the crisis and deploys a hybrid solution to capture the open market. This reality forces a rethink of organizational structure, pushing enterprises to dismantle specialized silos and rebuild promotion paths that prize cognitive diversity and lateral thinking. Leaders have to build friction-free cultures where neurodiversity and interdisciplinary experimentation are the baseline operating standard rather than a rare exception. Efficiency alone is no longer a guarantee of survival. As the world becomes less predictable, the competitive edge shifts to the anti-fragile enterprise, the organization built for adaptive synthesizers who don't just endure the chaos, but find their best opportunities within it.